What is discipline? Combination of prioritization, showing up, doing what you showed up to do. Prioritization, when do you do it in the day? The thing that you want to be disciplined for. You want to run. Running's important. Where do you put running in the week? Where do you put it in the day? Okay, then you show up for it, and then you carry through with it. You just don't show up and do nothing. You show up and do it. And then, if you do this consistently, whatever that is that you chose to do, if you run once a week and that's your goal, that's discipline. You're a disciplined runner in a way. Do some people have more discipline than other people? Well, it depends on your goals, really. So spiritual practice, discipline, those sound like those things don't go together very well. But what's spiritual practice? What are we doing? Elevating ourselves beyond certain pains, wiser, more capable to help others, help ourselves, more there for others, understanding the nature of the universe the best we can, given all the mystery and ambiguity to it all. So where does discipline fit into that quest? Spiritual practice. Well, perhaps to escape certain pains, we have to be disciplined. If we procrastinate, prioritizing the work we need to do, showing up for it, and doing it. So if we work primarily at home maybe, but we procrastinate till 3 p.m, well, what needs to happen? Maybe there's a time in the morning that the work needs to be prioritized too, before pleasurable things. So you wake up, you go right to work, go right into your office, you get dressed, you get to work, you do, you know how many hours of work, have a bit of a lunch, keep going, and maybe by 1, 2, or 3 o'clock, you're done. So the discipline there, prioritization, that adds up over time, and hopefully that this improves the world. Is integral to others' peace and prosperity. Maybe we understand the universe in a more peaceful way. Maybe that time in the day also adds up for us to do hobbies and pleasurable things, explorations that we might have not had time to do because we've spent a lot of the day feeling guilty or shameful, or using a time in a way that makes us feel guilty and shameful. So discipline is not something harsh, it's something to get used to. It's like a new ritual, a new habit, set of habits that we need to practice. And it's hard at first. And the biggest hurdle to discipline is mentally, getting used to the new thing happening at a new time and setting up the environment so that it happens. If you want to go running early in the morning, putting the running shoes out, the clothing before bed. If you want to work early in the morning, having the clothing ready to go. Having an item you put on your desk that tells you it's work time. Those little habits, getting into that, the mind might resist you have to figure out why. Why would it resist working early in the morning? Well, maybe there's a narrative going on from when you're a teenager that thinks it's cool to sleep in. Maybe all your friends thought it's cool to sleep in. And sleeping in is fun. But do you need to feel guilty and shameful because you chose to sleep in every day? Where's the moderation? Is it useful, that narrative? Well, maybe not. It's my own experience, really, where I spent a long time dwelling in procrastination until I broke out of that loop through the prioritization, the showing up, and the doing. And it's not perfect. It'll be a work in progress. It will become easier over time, but that needs attention and care every day for it to work. But once you get into the habit, you look back at your former self and you think, how could I even live like that? Like, this is so much better. My days are longer, I have more energy. I feel great at the end of my stint of work. I can have more time for hobbies, more time for friends, more time for nature. So it can be part of the spiritual practice, and maybe it's integral to a healthy spiritual practice. If you'd like to connect with me, check the description. Have a good one.